Hello, all 5 of you who are on. Hi, guys. Hi, Juan. How are you? How's your daughter? Here I am, snacking as usual. Hello, hello. Hi, how are you? Where are your cute little boys at? They're sleeping. It's almost 9:30. They're in bed. Before you guys ask me, I'm eating this. It brings cheese and like a little trail mix. Why are you guys? It's so quiet. I don't like it. What it do, Jersey? Hi, Chris. How was your weekend, guys? Did you guys go trick-or-treating? Did you wear costumes? You guys are awfully quiet today. I finished watching the show You. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I love the first 2 seasons. Then this one I was like kinda not so into. But then towards the end it picked up again. And the last episode had me like, "Ah." I just started rewatching One Tree Hill for like the 3rd or 4th time. I used to watch that show when I was in high school. The last time I saw it was like 10 years ago. I used to love it. Where are you, Chris? What's going on? Are there games going on right now? Basketball ones? Did you guys see that thing with Alec Baldwin? That he shot someone? Why do they have real guns in a set? Like, why would you have that around where there's a possibility of something like that happening? Like, this is not the first time that that happens. Mm, where do you live? Because I live in Los Angeles. That's the reason why I asked where your boys were, because it's 6:30 in LA. I live in New Jersey. New Jersey. Just went to check on my food. I'm back. What are you cooking? You know what I haven't had in a long time? My friend just mentioned that like 5 minutes ago. Chili. I haven't had chili in like years. What are you cooking, Chris? It's been cold and my heat is not working in my apartment. So I've been having to have a space heater on for like the past 3 days. And it's so annoying. The landlord keeps saying that he's gonna send someone, but no one ever comes. Like right now it says it feels like it's 43 degrees. And it just looks like it's gonna get colder and colder. Hi Jazz. What flag is that? Is that Panama or Chile? Pasta with some rice and beans. I got the munchies bad. What nationality are you from, Chris? Look at you making rice and beans. Or you bought it. I know the feeling, Carmen. What? Of not having your heat on when you're supposed to? Or being tired on a Monday? I'm exhausted. This weekend was so long, I did not rest for a second. Friday, we had a crazy day at school. We did trunk or treat. It was so cute. But the office, like the people, us that work at the office, we had to do a lot. The day before, I went with my coworker to pick up pumpkins, like 25 minutes away. We went to like this nursery and we had to purchase 70 pumpkins for all the kids. We had the hay like 2 weeks prior. So the day of, we have like a little area in the front where we were able to put all of the hay and set up all of the pumpkins and have like a little pumpkin patch for them. It was so cute. They loved it and the parents loved it. And then on the parking lot, the teachers for each classroom, they set up for trunk or treat, decorated their cars. So nice. We had people like from the block just stopping by and taking pictures. And then we had staff from the office, and one of my friends was a police officer. He wore his uniform. He came, and a few parents volunteered to give out candy at each car. That was fun, but I was freezing. It was like in the 50s, and we were outside for like 3 hours giving candy to all the kids in the school. Then all the kids were just like, the excitement. So the day was a little rough. And Saturday, The kids had a little Halloween party with their friends. I took them to that. And then Sunday we went trick-or-treating. I have so much candy. First of all, I have 4 pumpkins over there. Don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I have so much candy that I'm already hiding, and not even from Noah. I'm hiding it from myself because they got really good ones. And if it's out there, look at me. I'm always snacking. If it's out there, I'll just eat it. Hmm. I know the feeling. Black mixed with Mexican and Navajo Indian all mixed up. Cool. Do you speak Spanish, Howard? Kisses. Jazz. ¿De dónde es esa bandera? ¿De Chile o de Panamá? ¿O de ninguno? Hi, hope all is well. I'm craving soup. Caldo de res. Ooh. In 88-degree weather? No. I don't know how people can eat soup when it's that hot outside. A lot of people do that. I don't know. I live in Arizona and it's finally cooling down. Hugs from Arizona. I want the hot weather. The kids were a hit with their costumes because Blake just looks so funny. I'll show you videos in a second. And everyone, like, they would see Noah and Blake coming and they'd be like, oh, the Mandalorian and an Ewok. Like, they were a hit. Hi from the Caribbean. Hi, Grace. Where are you from? Lucky you. More like Spanglish. My grandma was teaching me until she passed when I was real little. Aw. You're from Trinidad. Cool. Oh, let me show you the video. I'm from Arizona and it's unbearable in the summer. My phone is about to die. Hopefully it doesn't die. So I can show you. Look at Blake. Can you see? Because it shows like it's too bright on my screen. This one's the cutest. That was them. I'm from Barbados. So cool. I want to go to Barbados, Bermuda, all of it. Hi, Lala. Come to Arizona, mi casa es tu casa. Aw, I wish I can just take a flight to wherever each and one of you are. That'd be so cool. My daughter killed my life with that song on Halloween. Oh my god, my kids too. And in school, I heard it over and over again. Blake has some rhythm. He really does. Did you go extra here? I didn't. I just wore skeleton pajamas with my coworker and called it a day. And I wore like a mask, an eye mask, and it was like skeletons and it had like roses on top. Almost like a sugar skull. Then the next day for their kids' party, I just wore all black and put on my mini ears. When in doubt, pull out the ears. Blake really does have rhythm. Okay. So many videos of him dancing. Oh, I've showed you guys this. He is always dancing. I love that about him. He can hear a car alarm just going off, and he'll, you know how it goes beep, beep, beep. Some of them, like the alarm, he'll be like dancing to it. Hola, ojitos lindos. Hello, Carlos. The dancing Ewok. Get him, Blake. He's so funny. So what happened with the Gabby Petito? I feel like every time I get on, I have to get updated. I only remember when I'm talking to you guys. I think I saw something today that it wasn't. They really didn't find the cause of death for him in his autopsy, something like that. I'm done with my snacks. Now what? I mean, I still have the little pretzels, but I was eating it with cheese. I don't think the guy's dead. I mean, they found who was it? A skeleton or something, and his teeth. He was identified, I think, by his teeth. Why don't you think he's dead, Carlos? What? I have not paid attention to this enough. The entire thing is so shady. I don't think he's dead either. Why is it shady? The fact that he was found, like, that skeleton remains were found? Yeah. Skeleton a few weeks later. That's what I thought, but wasn't she missing since like the end of August and they just found him? I don't know how long a body takes to turn into a skeleton. It's refreshing to be here. Currently dealing with teen rebellion. Need a mental break. Oh, I understand. I know someone who It's not much like I don't feel like it's that much of teen rebellion as the way that the person's parenting. Like I just see their interaction and she'll like belittle her. She's a freshman in high school. She just turned 15. She's not a bad kid. I mean, she has her first boyfriend and he seems like an issue, but I speak to the girl and she listens to me. It's tough. And I've caught her in a few lies, but then like I'll tell her, "Hey, you said you were going home. Where did you go?" And she'll fess up. But I feel like she speaks to her mom more like a friend. Or she'll be like, "My mom is so annoying." Like who hasn't said that as a teenager, but she'll say it to her too. Like, "You're so annoying. You gotta stop." Like her mom thought she was pregnant not too long ago. But this is just all in her mind. Like she's jumping to conclusions. It's hard. I hope my kids are good. I, when I was a teenager, I wanted to go out. I wanted to have the boyfriends. The whole teenage experience. I wanted to go to football games, but I wasn't allowed. So my mom was pretty strict. So I was kind of bad. Like I would cut school. I would always cut school with my friends. They would come over to my house because she would work till like 4ish. She'll work till like 4ish. So we'd be in my house hanging out, eating junk food, watching stuff, watching movies, just being kids. Like we were pretty innocent. We weren't doing anything bad. And then everyone would go home around the time that their parents would get back. What else did we do? I would tell my mom, "Oh, I'm going to so and so's house," and I would go to football games. I remember getting drunk when I was like 15. Don't do this, kids. And I was like, "I'm never gonna do this again." Like it was my first time drinking and I drank way too much and I got so wasted. I think that was the first and last time that I got that drunk. After that I didn't really drink for like until like years after. I hated it. But I feel like you have to put a little bit of trust in your kids, not always be jumping into conclusions. Like sit down, talk to them. This girl obviously talks to me because I'm not her mom, but she knows that I speak to her mom. So she knows that a lot of what she tells me, I can tell her mom. But every dynamic is different, and some people want to be best friends with their kids, and I don't think that's the way 100% either. But you can't be too up their ass. I remember my mom yelling at me every time I would get home from a football game. Like, I just went to a football game. I did nothing. His parents found him? No way. His parents found him in like 30 minutes after a month-long manhunt? That's very shady. His parents found him? Is that 100% true? The body decayed pretty fast. It seems shady, but I am conspiracy theory by nature. It takes like 8 to 10 weeks. Well, wouldn't that be the time frame though? Best book I've read to help me raise my teens, now adults. Yes, your teen is crazy. Have you been talking to my daughter? I'll talk to your daughter. How old is she? Girl, how do you support yourself alone? I'm gonna be doing it alone soon. I finally filed, so I'm a single mama now. I left my cheating hub. Good. Good, Miranda. Um, where are you from? Are you from the States? There's a lot of programs. If you're from the States, there's a lot of programs you can apply to. They'll help you with food. Some of these programs, I know a lot of this now from experience and from working like at a school. You tend to like in the office, you tend to help parents with other things. So for single moms, if they help you with food, they will help you also with your utility bills. Especially now during COVID, it's a lot easier to get help. Like in my area, all the offices are closed, so you just have to do a phone interview. It takes like an hour. They ask you a ton of questions about the kids, their weight, they want pictures, they want everything, their birth certificates. And apply for food stamps. It's like a lot of people are shamed for doing it, but if you really need it, especially now, things groceries are so expensive right now. Um and it takes a lot from your paycheck. Don't be embarrassed to apply. You need it, apply. Whenever you feel like you're good and you're on your 2 feet, you call them and you say, hey, I'm good, I don't need this anymore. But if you really need it right now, which you say you're about to become a single mom, I suggest you apply. Um, like I said, if you apply for food stamps in my area, if you apply for food stamps, they're also helping you with your light bill. Um, do you have a job already? And how old are your kids? I don't know if you have any. I'm such an introvert and she is such an extrovert. It makes it even worse, but yes, you're correct in that we parents should not assume. Yeah, my mom is an introvert. I feel like I was an introvert, or maybe I was just forced into being one because I always wanted to be out with my friends. I always wanted to go out and do something, but she would always like not allow me to. I was always kept home. And I resented her a lot for that, and our relationship wasn't good. Like I wish she would have said, "Okay, you can go out and be out to like on a Friday night, be out to maybe 11." She wanted me home at like 7. Like, where are you? 6 or 7 o'clock, and I'm like, I just started hanging out with my friends. We had a thing here that as soon as the football game was over, we would all go to McDonald's and just hang out and eat. And I remember vividly, like sitting there, and my friends' phones would be ringing, her looking for me, or my phone would be ringing, and she would not stop. It would be over and over and over again until I picked up or until I would get home. Go, Miranda. Good luck, Mama. You got this. Yes, you do. I'm not gonna lie. Like right now, I'm pretty tight. I just sent the dad a message to them, like, are you gonna help out this month? And he was like, yeah, in a few days I'll send you something. But I shouldn't be I shouldn't be after him like this. My plan was to go and apply for child support on a Monday because that's when my mom is off and that's when we can go together. The boys are in school. But the Monday when I made up my mind about doing it, the week before, the Monday coming after. Um, it was a holiday, so they were closed. The following week, my mom had to do something, and then today, my mom wasn't feeling good, so she was going to the doctor's. I have to see if I can go next Monday, but I just feel like if he would give me a set amount each month and I don't even have to text him, nothing, like that would be so much better than me having to even send him a message saying that. He didn't even bother. I'm sorry, there's so much noise. A garbage truck is just passing by and picking up the trash. He didn't even bother calling and asking, like, hey, are the kids gonna go out trick or treating? Are they dressing up? Nothing. And you know what? Noah has not been talking about him at all. Like, that's good for me because it makes it worse for me when he's constantly asking for his dad. But Noah has not mentioned him at all. I would be stressed out raising a teenage girl. Why? I feel like it should be equal. Raising teenage girls, you have to worry about them getting pregnant. Like, that's the biggest thing for parents. But what about raising a teenage boy? Wouldn't you be scared of your son getting another teenager pregnant? Like, that's a big deal as well. Find Friends app is wonderful. GPS or tracking our kids. You see, I guess it's good, but where is the trust? Like, I know these teenagers are lying. I know they tell you, "Oh, I'm on my way home," and then they'll go and take a little shortcut or a little detour to a friend, and they hang out for a little. But this girl is also tracked. The one that I speak to, her mom tracks her too, and she knows. Like, this girl, she will shut off her phone, go hang out, do whatever she wants for like an hour or two, and then turns it back on. Like, where's the purpose in that? Not saying that you guys, if you want to use it, go ahead, but that's what she does. And then her mom will be like, "Why did you shut off your phone?" And she'll say, "I didn't shut it off." And then she will tell her, "Well, I couldn't find your location for like an hour or two." And then she'll say, "Oh, my phone died." And then we know that she's lying. And then she'll fess up to it. But she can also track her. I think it's called 360 or something, the one that she has. So the girl can track the mom too. It is hard, and I am glad I have a good support system. Husband who understands and is involved. Relatives who help, but it's hard sometimes finding the right balance. Yeah, I can imagine. I had my daughter at 20. At 20. It didn't work out. I have to zoom in because I can't see. I had my daughter at 20. It didn't work out with me and her dad. I met a new man, my current husband, and I went to nursing school. Today, my daughter is 24, and it was so hard, but we pulled through. Aww. Hello, beautiful. You look amazing in pink. Thank you. Did I miss much? No, not much. It's a safety issue, not a trust issue. For me, anyway. As adults, we all use the app. Hmm. Help me raise my teens. That book sounds Interesting. Like I said, I think it all depends on the personality of the child. How was Halloween? It was fun, exhausting. I'm still tired. Just her getting preggers. Like my dad said to me, don't get locked up or get someone preggers. Almost all teenage boys will lie just to get some. Yep, that's true. And you know what? Like this girl's mentality, like God bless her. And hopefully like no crazy mistakes happen, but she's definitely going through her high school thing because the situations that she will put herself in, like she just seems the way she speaks to me, she just seems so innocent. And it's also like the people who she surrounds herself with, like they're not, it doesn't sound like they're like the best crowd. Like she even has thoughts already. It's only this is her first year. She's a freshman. And it's only November, and like last month she was telling me how she's thinking about going into night school. I'm like, for what? You're gonna miss like the best years of like your high school experience to be going to school with people who didn't get to finish their high school diploma on time, or people who have been kicked out of the of school for what? And she's like, I want to work. And I'm like, no, you need to go to school, get your education, have fun with your friends, experience high school, learn new things, meet new people. She's like, I don't have friends. And I'm like, it's cool. No, she mentioned something about having friends, but she's not really like vibing with them. And I'm like, it's fine. I promise you that you're going to go into high school with a group of friends, and by senior year, you are going to have a new set of friends. That's how it usually happens. And she'd be like, yeah, I guess you're right. Get lots of candy? We did. I'm hiding it all. I don't want to eat all that candy. Did you boys have fun? They had a blast. They loved it. Noah was a little scared. There was this guy that kept passing by with like a full, let me see if I have a video of it, a full like wolf costume. And I don't know what he had, but he was growling so loud. It sounded like he had a machine inside. But he had this loud growl. I think I found it. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear. We kept like going from one street to another, and like I was like, okay, if this was one street and then this is another one, we would be going up and he would be coming this way. So then I was like, all right, let's cut the other way. And then once we were going up that way, he would be coming down this way. Like the entire time we couldn't get away from this wolf. And Noah was terrified. I was like, honey, it's just a mask, just like the one that you're wearing. But nothing would calm him down, to the point he was so nervous, to the point that there would be a few houses decorated like really scary. He wouldn't go up the steps, and I couldn't go with him because I have Blake in a stroller and I can't just let go of Blake and run with him. In most houses, he'd go up a few steps and I'd be able to watch him and he'd be at my view the whole time. But there would be those houses, or there would be a few where it had like two section of steps, and he would come down. Since he's wearing a mask, he couldn't really see like completely, He would come down and I see him going down the steps and his legs were shaking. And I'd be like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm scared." And then I would ask him, do you want to keep on getting candy? He was like, "Yeah." He was nervous, but he still wanted to trick or treat. Poor thing. Poor Noah. And then with that wolf, that little part when he was growling at us, Noah was terrified. I was like holding his hand. Blake, on the other hand, was growling back at him. He was like, "Rah." Those two are the complete opposite. I'm nervous to have a teenage Blake. Yay, I caught alive. Hi, Marie. What's up from New Mexico? Hi, Big Rays. Hi, Carmen. How was your boys' Halloween yesterday evening? Now that there's more of you, show Blake dancing. Oh, it's not there. This was them. Blakey boy getting down. Thank you, Carmen, for giving me your time and encouragement. Of course. Thank you guys for always logging on my boring lives. These are, for me, these are like the most boring lives. And I don't know. I feel like people just love to see me crying and being upset. But this is my life. Like, I'm not going to always be upset. Yes, I get mad over things, but it's not always excitement or always being down in the dumps. Your boys look so beautiful. Thank you. So cute. You have some handsome boys. Thank you. Not boring. Your lives are great. Thanks. I just love that I can relate to so many of you. A lot of us have similar stories. Hola, Miss Carmen. Hope you had an awesome holiday with the boys. We did. We had fun. Was Noah a little Miwok? He was a Ewok. Blake was an Ewok. Noah was a Mandalorian. What did you guys dress up as? I'm exhausted too, and it's barely Monday. I'm so tired. But I cannot go to sleep early because I'll be up at 2 in the morning. I know myself. God bless you, your little ones. Thank you, EE. Good luck with your teenager. Don't be so harsh. Try to sit down with her. You said she was 15, right? Have you guys had like a good communication system? Your first video I saw was huge reminder for the pain the player lifestyle has on people and families. Yeah. People don't care about the pain and all the hurt that they inflict on others. It's just crazy to me. One thing is to be a player and just do your thing. Another thing is to be leaving babies, children. Like, I don't know how guys go around having multiple kids with different women and not really care about being there, providing for them, being there emotionally for them. Like, how do guys do that? It shouldn't be so easy for someone to just pick up and go. But because they know that the mom will always be there for her children and will never drop the ball, they're like, here you go. Date nights with your teen are a fun way to connect. You should go to the movies. You should go get ice cream. You should go have dinner with her. Just you two. And yeah, at that age, they don't want to hang out with you at all. But make it a point that you want to hang out with her at least once a week. Do things, go to the mall. That's a good one, Sharon. Have you tried doing that? Good evening, beautiful lady. Good evening, Matt. How are you? You're on pretty late. How was your daughter's Halloween? Did she dress up? Did you dress up with her? I saw a few dads with their little daughters dressed up as Cinderella and the Prince. That's so cute. I'm good. How are you? I'm exhausted. I'm pretty tired. But I cannot go to bed. Not yet. Gotta give it like another 40 minutes. Because if not, I'll be up at like 2, 3 in the morning, tossing and turning. Thank you very, very much for the correction, Carmen. I was at my parents' house handing out candy. I dressed up as Clay Thompson. Oh, cool. I didn't, but she did. She was a scary clown. Went to my brother's neighborhood so the kids could go together. That is funny. That's good that she's like into the scary stuff. Did your boys dress up? Yes, they did. Hopefully, my this video doesn't get flagged for the music. That was Mandalorian. Remember Noah saying it? The Mandalorian and Ewok. Did her mom have her mat? Did she like dress up as something else with mom? How cute. Thank you. I'm on later because I'm off work tomorrow. Lucky you. Did you dress up for Halloween, Carmen? One day on Friday for school, I wore skeleton pajamas, and then on Saturday for the kids' party, I just wore all black and put on my mini ears. And that was it. You have to work tomorrow? Yes, I do. Oh, that's right. Elections. I do work. I work. All the kids from the Board of Education are off, so the teachers are off. They're off Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday and Friday because they have teachers' conventions. But we're open the entire week because we also have private kids. I know. Bummer. Hi, Miraculous. How are you? Oh. Hi, made it to your live from Brownsville, Texas. I've seen a few people on here from Brownsville. Literally yawn at the same time. It's contagious. I feel like yawning again. Woo! Once I start, it's over. My eyes are burning. People are gonna start logging in and be like, "What's going on?" Mm. What are you and your family doing for Thanksgiving? We're going down to Orlando to my sister's house. My sister bought our flights and she was like, "You're coming," and we're going. So I'm excited about that since our trip to Puerto Rico was canceled due to a 1 day storm. Just my luck. Thank you. More dates with my team will need to happen. She's pretty open, but now that there's a boy involved, she's becoming more secretive. I've explained in a lot of detail the consequences. Yeah, but remember that at that age, they think they're invincible, that nothing will happen to them, that they won't get pregnant, that they won't get into abusive situations, that they won't get hooked on drugs. Not saying that this is her direction, but it's things that kids at that age aren't really thinking like it'll happen to me. But it's good that you've spoken to her and she knows what could happen. Fun, Walt Disney World 2. I think we may go for 1 day. Let me know. I just opened a restaurant in Orlando. It was the old Duffy's, and now our new Chevy's in Millennium Mall. Let me see how far that is from my sister's. I haven't heard about of that mall. Oh, it's about 25 minutes away from where she's at. Not bad. Will you be there, Marie? Or you just like call people and you tell them, oh, so and so is coming? That's very, very nice, Carmen. My parents and I are going over to my aunt's and uncle's house in Roner Park, Carmen. I don't know where that is. Hi, I don't remember when I subbed you, but glad I did. I like meeting new people. Hello, Tyler. Must have missed the first part. Going to Disney. I'm going to for Thanksgiving. Someone asked what was I doing for Thanksgiving. I'm going to Orlando. My sister lives down there, and she was like, "You guys are coming." She just bought flights, and there we are. So she said she got her flights, and um, we're gonna go to Disney for one day. It's so many kids. Like she has three and a half, two, all boys, and she's younger than me. Actually, she was a teen mom. She had her son at 16. She hid it from us. Like at that point, I wasn't living at my mom's house. I wasn't seeing her every day. But I remember seeing her 2 months before, and I saw her, and I'm like, you gained so much weight. And at this point, she was like 4 or 5 months pregnant because he was a preemie. He was born at like 6 months or seven. Um, she was hiding it very well. And when she gets pregnant, she doesn't just gain it. Like when I get pregnant, most of it goes straight to my belly. My legs get big, but it's mostly my belly. Especially with Noah, like the first pregnancy, I was all belly and it was small. Her, on the other hand, she gains weight everywhere. So if you see her, you're like, okay, you're gaining weight. It's not your first thought wasn't pregnancy. So I told her, I'm like, you're gaining a lot of weight. You need to watch what you're eating before it gets like out of control. 2 months later, my mom calls me at like, I will always forget this. My mom called, I mean, I will always forget this. I'll always remember this moment. My mom called me at 6 in the morning and she's like, your sister's at the hospital. She's having a baby. I hung up on her. I was so mad that she woke me up at 6 in the morning to joke around with something like that. She calls me again. She's like, I'm not kidding. She's at the hospital. And then I hear my sister like screaming. I'm like, what the? I was like in total shock. So then we get to the hospital and this little kid is there. Little asshole. It's not completely his fault, but it's both ways. But mm, um, we show up and he's there with someone. I don't know if it's his mom, I can't remember. And I'm just sitting there, we're in the waiting room. My mom did not allow him to go in. And I feel like that pushed my sister even more to him because I would tell my mom like I was constantly on the phone with my mom while I was in the waiting room. I'm like, you need to let this kid in. This is a you like it or not, this is the baby's dad. And he needs to be in there. And my mom told my sister, this is how controlling my mom can be. She was like, if he comes in, then I'm gonna leave. And my sister was like, no, don't leave me. So obviously my mom just did not let him in. His mom was so mad. She was like, she grabbed her son. He was another 15, 16-year old. She grabbed him and she was like, if we're not allowed in, he's not gonna sign the birth certificate. Like it was a hot mess. Like first of all, the shock of everything that was happening and then all the drama, my mom not listening, my mom like wanting to take control of the whole situation by not letting this kid in. It was just too much for me. So then at one point I like look at him. I'm like, "You guys knew this whole time and didn't say anything?" And he was like, "Yeah, we knew." It was just so crazy to me. And now he's an 8-year-old boy. But she went through a lot. My mom would go to the hospital. My mom was there with her that day until she had the baby. Then she was with her like all night. She went home, she showered, she came back, brought her food, brought her some things for the baby. The next day, she was with her all day. We went to visit her. My mom went home, went to shower again. She was coming back with some stuff, I think food. By the time she got to the hospital, my sister had left and didn't tell her because she wanted to go with this kid. She went straight to that kid's house, tried being there for like 2, 3 months. By like the third month, the school was calling my mom saying that my sister is like borderline in what's it called, postpartum depression, because all she's doing is crying, fighting with her boyfriend, fighting with the boyfriend's mom, because that lady was also controlling. It was just a messy situation. She was very controlling. The kid had no responsibilities. She wasn't telling him like, "Hey, you need to take care of this kid. You need to start working. You need to do this or that." No, she was completely taking responsibility over my sister's son, to the point that if my sister wanted to go out to see us, she couldn't take the baby. That's how bad it got. And there was one day where my mom like wanted her to go out. My sister wanted to go out with my mom and the baby, and they were like, "No, the baby's not going out." And my sister's like, "This is my baby." So my mom called the cops. They show up and then they're like, my mom is like, "I want her to leave this house because they're not even letting her go out with the baby." And the police officers couldn't do anything because that's where the baby was living. All of his stuff was there. He was living there since he was born for like the past 3 months. So they were like, until there's a court order or something that she can take the baby, she's stuck there. So my sister went through a lot because she was being a hardhead. And she learned as soon as she left that she went through the process, she calmed down, she did everything she had to do. She went to the courts and everything. Up to this day, I think his mom still maintains him because he's on child support and he doesn't give money ever. Um, but my sister moved to Florida 2 years ago. So before that, like they would always go to court, and right the day before the court date, the mom would just pay like 500 or $1,000. Like she would put the money in because he wasn't working, and I think at one point there was also a warrant for his arrest because he wasn't paying up. It was just a mess. And that's just what happens when you're a child having another kid. But my sister went through a lot because she was being very hard headed, and my mom was also way too controlling. So I pushed her even more. I'll just send the email director. What? I'll just email the regional director and let him know to take care of you and the family. Aw. Remind me again. Like, I'll probably be on before the trip. Remind me again, Marie. I'm one of your younger viewers. I was born in 2001, so I'm 20. Oh, fun. Sweet sis you have. Walt Disney World is my favorite place. Yes, it's my favorite place too. Jeez, can't believe nobody knew. My mom had an idea because she was also gaining so much weight. I wasn't living with her, so I was barely seeing her. But yeah, she hid it the entire time. That night, my mom said she kept complaining of like stomach cramps. And then, like in the middle of the night, my sister just couldn't take it anymore at the hospital. Even like till they got to the hospital, my sister didn't say anything. The doctors told my mom. Hello, Vince. It's on the other side of the United States from New Jersey. Oh, sounds like a mess. It was a mess. Have you heard of San Francisco or north of San Francisco? It's north. Yes, I have. Sounds familiar to your low life ex. The big difference there is that my ex is a grown man who's 30 something years old, chose to do what he did and still not be fully responsible for his kids. On the other hand, he was a 16-year-old boy, still living with his mom, still depending on his mother. This is why it's scary too to have boys. Please hit like button. Thank you. Hello, I just found you today. Hi, Kenyetta. What video did you watch today? How did you find me? Oh, the one where you were crying really bad? Mm, that happened. I was looking up videos of being cheated on. Don't worry, I did the same thing. I did the same thing. And I felt like I needed to do a video because one, I needed a vent. Two, I felt like there were no videos out there of moms like trying to figure it out, like how to work things out with someone who, not that that's the type of video I was doing, but I couldn't find any videos of how to like almost cut someone off when you have children, which is nearly impossible. Like you cannot cut them off if you want a relationship like to be established with the kids. Thank you. Guys, don't send me stuff here though. I have a Cash App and a Venmo. I don't know if Matt knows it, but they take 30% off. I always say this, they take 30% off, and I don't want to give that to all to YouTube. But thank you, You're very sweet. You guys are so, so sweet. I think it was the initial video of when you found everything out. You're really pretty. Thank you. So I'm guessing this is something recent for you. You can just let him do the calling and reaching out, and you'll see he won't come around. I haven't he hasn't seen the kids in about 2 weeks. He didn't ask if the kids were gonna do something for Halloween. He hasn't asked for them, not once. I sent him a message today. I'm like, hey, are you gonna send something for the month? And he was like, yeah, in a few days. It just feels like a transaction every single time. So forced. Always me telling him, when are you picking them up? But like these past 2 weeks, for some reason, I've just felt like I just don't give a fuck. I have my moments where I'm like, damn, it's not fair to Noah. And like I've done it here, like I've cried for Noah. But I think it's helped that he's not asking for him. because it's just not on my mind at all. Um, but it's the beginning of the month. It's rent time, and all the bills are coming up around this week, in the beginning of the week, and I need help. I'm not gonna lie, I do struggle. It could be so much worse. I'm so happy I have a job and I have people who are always there for me, but he should be providing for his kids. So I didn't talk to him for the past 2 weeks until today when I messaged him. Hi Carmen, I'm proud of your strong will to be an awesome mother. Any wise man would be lucky to have you. One day your ex will wake up and really to the reality he ruined the good thing. Oh well. But thank you. Oh, my nose is itchy. Hmm. It's just hard, like who to find someone who's not only like just looking to be with me, but they have to accept my children. That's not really on my mind right now. I'm taking it a day at a time, like I always say. The new lady probably draining him dry. I have 15-year-old twins and I can't even get $80 in child support that the court ordered. Ugh, horrible. Well, at least you have that going on. I haven't even tried doing child support. And his excuse for everything is always, I'm at work, I'm at work, I'm at work. He should have the money to pay up. You have very right, but can't believe he's still not stepping up. At this point, like for me, before I was like, I just want him to be there for Noah. I just want him to be there for Blake. Oops, sorry. Mostly Noah because he's the one who remembers him. Blake couldn't give a shit. He just doesn't know who he is. But now I'm just like, forget that. Like, you don't want to be there for them. I'll be enough for them. Support them financially. If he does stop paying, I take his ass to court and get it in writing that he has to pay. Court ordered doesn't mean they will pay. And when they don't, nothing happens. It's true. My sister's dad, it's true. He had a court order to pay child support from the moment she was like 12 or 13, and he would never pay. Warrants would go out, he would get arrested, the next day he'd be out, he wouldn't pay anything, nothing happens. He would just get jobs where he would be paid under the books. Me and all your viewers are here for you, Carmen. We all care about you very much. Thank you, David. If you can get it court ordered and you know where he works at, they will take it out automatically. Mm. You didn't do that, Kenyatta? They can't take it automatically from him? That was Blake. I'll show you in a second. He thinks he's a wolf now. Yes, I did. He quit and found a job elsewhere. I call the courthouse and tell him about the new location, and the process starts all over again for the paperwork to be sent over and established. With the new job, men will go through great lengths to avoid responsibility. I know the company he works for, I just don't know the exact location because he told me he was working, it's a franchise. So he told me that he was working two locations, but he was gonna end up in one. Which one? I'm not sure. Not quite sure. But according to him, he's there like 12 hours a day. So, and when I asked him to like help me with childcare or like to figure out, give me an amount, figure out which one do you want to pay. You want to help pay for their expenses here, or do you want to pay for childcare? Like, figure it out. He's like, how is a single mother not getting help from the state for your kids' childcare? Like, this is what's in his mind. He's like, at this rate, if I'm giving you all this money, which is like once a month, and it's like crap what he gives me compared to what I spend on them. Like I just bought a small pack of diapers, and that was like $33. Blake goes through diapers like no one's business. Oh, it's just crazy. In Canada, we have Family Responsibility Act. If parent doesn't pay, they lose their driver's license. Oh my god, that's amazing. Child support gets deducted from their paycheck, then jail. Their photo name goes on a website. That's an amazing idea. Lose your driver's license. Then what? You're welcome, Carmen. Blake's so very cute boy. Thanks, David. The location is imperative. The paper will go to the manager or HR and they complete it. Nice. I've heard of that happening. I just need to know exactly which location he's at. Blake is handsome, thank you. They suspend their license here too, but plenty of people drive without license already. That's not a punishment. Really? I've never heard of that in New Jersey. Exactly, just tell them where he works and they get it. So then maybe before I even go to the office, I should have that information on lock. Know exactly where he's working. His parents have to know a lot right now because they're being so quiet. I haven't heard from them since like June. The mom saw my boys like in September or the beginning of October because I know she came into my house when I wasn't here. When he came to, when the boys were sick and he took them to the doctors. But the mom is being very quiet, which is not like her. Usually she's like, oh, I want to see the kids. You never let me see them. But I haven't heard from her since the summer, maybe June. So her son must be all over them. Carmen, it sounds like your ex's parents enable him to be irresponsible by babying. Absolutely. He's the baby in the family. Like he got his car was repossessed. And what did the mom do? She just gave him her other car. They have two cars. She gave him a car. Why not let him? She says that it was to like help him out, to help him move back to New Jersey because the story was that he was in PA, but he's here. And what is he doing? Just working, 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 but nothing with the boys. So what's the point? I don't know if he's living with them. I don't know. But I haven't heard from them. And that can only mean that he's in communication with them because when she would come here, it was always like, oh, have you spoken to him? Have you seen him? He's not talking to me. All about her. I live in South Carolina. Yes, half these men wouldn't even have a license for them to revoke. Oh my God. They do that in Cali too. They go after them hard out here. They do not go after them hard in New Jersey. Go to the courthouse to file paperwork. No lawyer needed. In Texas too, and they garnish his taxes if he owes back pay. I will lose my mind if I didn't see my granddaughter for days, never mind months. Oh my God. hmm And it's not that I'm keeping them away from them. I'm just not reaching out. Like I'm done. And they just don't care because now she has her son back. He's around in the picture for them, but only because he needs them. So she's like, whatever now. But before she wanted to be here like every other day when he wasn't speaking to her. His mom enables. Absolutely. She's always enabled him. Always spoiled him. Definitely his parents probably know everything going on. But if his mom cares about the kids, whether it's her son, she will tell his ass to step up. She always defends him, no matter what. I know, can't believe they haven't seen them in that long. More women lawmakers are needed. Stop. For real. Ridiculous. Well, guys, it's almost 11. I'm going to start heading out because it's almost my bedtime. I need to clear out a few things here and then I'll go to bed. But that's my story for today. EE, let us know what happens with your teenager. Definitely go on mommy and daughter dates. Go watch a movie with her. Go have some dinner. Just go out with her. Make it a point to like have a day just with her. My mom would sell the car and give it to your baby moms. Hope you have a fabulous day tomorrow. Thank you, Sharon. You too. Good night, sleep well. Have a great day tomorrow. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. You too. Hope things work out for you. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.